what are my favourite items as a minimalist? Hello, my name's Rachel. I do videos all about decluttering, minimalism and my no spend year, and today we're going to talk about my favourite items that I really love and I think are worth every penny as a minimalist. So if you don't know what minimalism is already, then minimalism is about reducing the number of things that you have so that you have quality items that really serve a purpose and are really helpful in your day-to-day life. For some people this can be quite extreme or feel too much, but actually if you think about the amount of clutter that people have in their homes, actually that can do just as much damage as the idea of having nothing as well. So the idea is that I am going to share with you my favourite items that I really cherish and adore as a minimalist that make my life that little bit easier and simpler. The first up is my camera, which is difficult to show you because I am filming on it. But my camera I take everywhere, I take on walks, I take pictures with it, with family, friends, and I just think it is the best investment that I've ever made. It cost me about 220 or something like that to buy, and actually I have got my money's worth out of it and I'm very thankful for it. So that is my first item that I really adore, and it's so good that the camera is the same one that I bought for my son. So he's got exactly the same camera but in a different colour, and honestly it's a game changer having a camera. I like having my phone and I do use that for pictures, but I like having a nice lightweight camera that really does a decent job of taking photos and videos. My second item is my pair of walking shoes. I love going out walking, I love going on Dartmoor, going on coastal walks, and so my walking shoes are literally my favourite things to wear. So it's either walking boots or trainers, but I live in them. So they're really comfy, they're really easy to wear, and I don't have the boots, I have the shoe version. They're kind of like trail running shoes. So for me they are walking shoes and I use them all the time, so they're worth paying the right price for them, so they are comfy if you're going to use them. My third item is my bullet journal. My bullet journal has my diary in, it has notes from meetings, it has CPD, so like any training sessions, I take notes on that, and one bullet journal will last me a whole year. I have a link below for the type of bullet journal that I use. I use a Term 1917 I think it's called, which has numbered pages and it's dotted pages, so you can make it your own. So you can make it into grids where you can track things, or you can just write as free notes, and I just find it so versatile. It does so much more than any kind of normal notebook would. I'll go get it now so I can show you. So here we are. I tend to get a different colour each year just to kind of mix it up, and you get two page savers bookmarks, and it does have a elastic band here. Quite often you can get little pen holders that sit in the back, and in the back there is also a holder that I tend to put labels for by months, so I'll label each month as I get to it. I'll go through the months, and then it means that I can find my notes really easy. So if I've been on a course and I know it was in May time, I can search for May and I can find the notes that I need. So it just makes it really easy. It's all kind of put into months for me, and that's my easiest way of doing it. So I will set up notes like this. So I will set up my own diary page and I'll leave a blank space there for any notes. That will tell me about anything that's going on, and then I will have like meeting notes here and things like that, and then like CPD notes for like obviously training. So it has all sorts of different things in there, so you can go through and there'll be different colour pens and things. And at the very beginning I have a nice diary, mapped out the dates for the year, which I find easy to refer to, and then I do basic monthly logs of what I know is coming up, and then I can add those to it. I can add anything that's coming up that I know of, and then when I come to doing my next set of month, week to view diary pages, I then know all the dates that I need to put in for that month. So I kind of track them there and then I add them to my weekly diary as I make it. So that's really helpful for me. And then because I've got the number of pages, it's easy to refer to, and I've also got the tabs to help me find the right month. So I would be absolutely lost without this. Like, it's the most easiest way of having a diary and a notebook in one. So it's one item that does all of those jobs, and I just think it saves my life. It's just genius. And then in the back I tend to do my food stock check as well. So I will make notes of what I've got in the cupboard and use that to meal plan, etc. as well. So that is my go-to item there. My next go-to favourite item is organisers, like drawer organisers. So I have like a couple in with my makeup. So I will have like containers like this in my makeup drawer. I will have them in, well, I've already shown them before, in my bathroom where I've got different trays to store some things in to help it be contained a little bit more. It just means that things are sectioned off and it's easy to find them, and you can put more in them because you tend to be able to fill them better than just having things like piled up, etc. So a drawer organiser is kind of like my go-to way of organising spaces. And kind of linking to that is food storage containers. If you enjoy meal planning like I do and you like batch cooking, then you probably have a fair number of food containers. And if you don't do batch cooking and you have lots of food containers, you're set, because that makes your job a lot easier, because I tend to go through them quite regularly. So sometimes the drawer that I have one drawer all dedicated to food containers, and sometimes that is like empty, sometimes it is full. It depends on where I am with my batch cooking and what I've used from the freezer. So at the minute I've used some of the things up from the freezer, so I'm ready to refill it again with some more batch cooking. So I will look at doing some of that as well. But yeah, food containers are really helpful to be able to batch cook and store in the freezer or fridge. So definitely my favourite item. Next up is quality cookware. I have one set of pans, one frying pan and a set of 4 saucepans that are different sizes, and that's really helpful for me because they're really good quality ones. They are like kind of easy clean ones. I don't put them in the dishwasher, I hand clean those. It's the only thing I hand clean, so that makes it really easy to do because they are quality and they are easy clean ones. So it's worth making sure that they are easy clean because that makes your life a little bit easier. Next up, my favourite item is artwork. I really like having pieces that make me think, that I enjoy, that just make my home feel that bit more unique and special. So I will share some of those as well with you now. So this is a piece that I made myself. And next up is my bookshelf. So I have one bookshelf now. I used to have 2, but I've now reduced it down to 1, and I have like my favourite books there. So it'll either be sets of books by particular authors that I really enjoy, or it is history books that are ones that I would really like to keep in case I go down another history route again. So yeah, my bookshelf is one of my favourite items because I store all my favourite books on there, and I also put like birthday cards and special occasion cards on there as well. Next up is my smartphone. So I kind of mentioned with my camera that actually my phone has a really good camera. So as a backup, I bought this phone based on the quality of the camera. It's a Redmi Note 10 and it's really good and has everything I need. I don't have lots of apps or anything like that. I try and keep it really minimal on my phone, but it just means I have quality photos, easy reach, and it just does the job, and the battery lasts for ages. I can usually go a couple of days without charging the battery, so definitely worth the investment. And I utilise also the calendar on that quite heavily. So the calendar that I have in my bullet journal isn't probably as thorough as my calendar on my phone, because I just find that it's an easier go-to reach for lots of the nitty-gritty little pieces. But actually the calendar in my bullet journal is really good for school, so I can have all school stuff in there. So I utilise my phone calendar a lot to be able to organise my life, because if I don't write it down, it does not happen. So that is the only way things happen in my world. And last up is a water bottle. I take a water bottle pretty much everywhere. It's the only way that I can remember to drink water. that is my kind of go-to easy way to have a drink, and I tend to take that out to events and things like that because it just means I don't then have to purchase drinks. It's an easy go-to. So those are my favourite items as a minimalist. I wonder if you've got some of those as your favourites as well, or whether or not you have anything different. Let me know in the comments below if you have some different items that you really cherish as a minimalist or as a minimal person. And don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more videos on decluttering, minimalism and my no spend year. And I shall see you soon for more videos. Take care, bye.